Hey everyone, welcome back to 25 Sweet Peas. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different because I recently purchased a fun kind of Jelly Gouache paint set off of Amazon, and I thought it'd be really cool to kind of open it with you guys, swatch them, and see what we think. I am in no ways a professional on gouache paint. I have been using an Arteza set for about a year and I really like it, but I find tubes aren't always convenient, so I really like the idea of this being in pan and it already being wet, and I just thought it was really cool. So what I did was I ordered the Miya gouache paint set, which I'm going to be showing you the container of shortly. On the box it says Himi. I'm not sure if that's the brand or if it's Miya. I'm not really sure on that. It's not super clear. But this set is in the color mint green and it's available on Amazon, which is where I bought it, so I will link it down below if you are also interested. It comes with 18 colors. It has a really nice kind of snap on and snap off lid. Once it's kind of hard to open it. Also, the paint set is super heavy, so keep that in mind, and you might be mindful of your nails when opening it. Inside you get this nice paint palette that fits nicely on top of the paints, and then you guys are seeing the little paint cups. So each of the cups are about 30 milliliters of, or ml, is that milliliters? I think it is. It's 30 in each jelly cup, which is more than you get in a paint of like gouache tube. So I really like that because this whole set was only $23.99 for 18 paints, and I feel like that's a pretty good price, definitely for the amount that comes in each cup as well. So we're gonna get all of them out. One thing I have noticed on most all of the sets available on Amazon and just on the internet in general is that they seem to be, for the most part, basic like colors. I would personally love to see a pastel set on the internet. I have seen one brand that has some shades that are a bit lighter that I might have to try at another time, but I really liked this one because it had a pink and I wanted a pink. Plus I feel like this comes with two whites, which you guys will see as we get on opening, and I feel like that's a really good thing because most of these shades are not shades that I would personally use straight out of the cup itself. I feel like I would mix it with white because I like working in kind of pastel shades or just brighter shades and just kind of different, as you guys know probably from the color selections that I do for my nail art. But I do feel like it comes with a really nice assortment. They are not organized whenever you get them out of the container in any order. I don't see Roy G. Biv being super prominent here. So we will be reorganizing them. Also, the cups are kind of tricky to get out of the container. So if you're like me and you want to be careful with your nails, definitely take your time, don't rush it, or you can dump it out. But for the video purposes, I did it this way. So here is all 18 shades. We are now going to put them in Roy G. Biv order and carefully peel off the tops. I've seen some videos where they peel off the tops and really struggle to get them off, but I didn't have too much trouble, so I was really happy about that. Some of the paint does get left on the top foil, so I used a palette knife and I scraped it back in when I felt like there was an excessive amount. But now we have them all open and here they are in the container. This is straight out of the foil being taken off, so some of them have kind of oily bits on top, so I am going to go in and stir all of these in right now. For this, I used 18 toothpicks. I probably should have just used one and wiped it off on the palette and then used the paint for the swatches, but I was not thinking ahead for whatever reason. But this was actually a really fun kind of process because, I don't know, I feel like I should have filmed this. It was an almost ASMR like video because of the squishing of the paint. I don't know. It was just fun and it was just relaxing in a weird way. So if nothing else, the whole setup of this paint is super fun, and I found it much more exciting than the tubes, if that makes any sense. I mean, I love the paint tubes that I do have, but there was something about this. It was like the whole process, which made it super fun. So let's finish this up. Okay, now it is time to swatch them. So if you're not familiar with gouache paint is kind of, in my opinion, a hybrid between acrylic paint and watercolor. So you can use it straight out of the pan or out of the tube and it's thicker like acrylic paint, or you can add water to it and water it down to where it looks like watercolor, which is really cool if you are a fan of both of those mediums like I am. So first up, I am swatching the whites, which realistically you guys aren't going to be able to see, but they are swatching really nicely. With the format that I'm using to swatch in this video is I am taking some straight out of the palette, putting it onto, not the palette, the container, whatever you want to call it, where all the paints are. Then I'm putting it onto the actual palette, and I'm gonna put it on the paper straight away without any water added to it. So at that point it kind of looks like acrylic paint, where it's nice and thick and full. And then I'm going to wet my brush and kind of just use the water that is in the barrel of the brush to dilute the paint down to get more of the like watercolor effect, which I was really content with, which you guys are going to be able to see better now because now we're doing a color. They seem to be very even and swatch really nicely. Like I said, I am in no way a professional when it comes to this sort of paint. I mean, I've been using paint for a really long time, but gouache is still a fairly new medium. I've only been using it for about a year, but I really enjoy this medium. I feel like it's the perfect combo between watercolor and acrylic paint, which are my two preferred paints. So there comes with two whites and then a black, which is really nice because I don't use black a ton, but I definitely use white a lot. And then the next shade in the little jelly cup, it kind of looked like it was gonna be a black, but when you put it on paper it's like this really nice midnight blue, and then the more water you put in it the more vibrant it becomes, and I was really happy with this color, and I think it's gonna be one of my favorites possibly. I don't know, I just love blues when it comes to paints, even though I love to wear blue on my nails as well, I just don't do it as much as you think I would. But now I'm gonna speed it up and we're gonna swatch the rest of them. All of these paints are super consistent. So far, I am really impressed with how they work and how they fade out. And towards the end, we'll also kind of test how they blend together because I think that's interesting. Sometimes it varies with a gouache paint. Sometimes they mix well, sometimes they don't. But we shall see. Also, these two colors right now, I am obsessed with these two. I feel like these two are going to be favorites of mine, and I don't honestly even feel like I'm gonna have to mix white with them to like get them to the right color shade or color palette that I would traditionally go for. So I'm super excited about that because weirdly enough, even though I love art and paint, I am lazy in the fact that I hate mixing my own colors. I would rather have it like pre-made because I've always had issues where I either don't make enough or I make too much, or I can never get it exactly the same for like when I need to make more. It's like a slight annoyance, and I know I could learn how to be better at that, but it's just like one of those things that I don't stress and interest in doing. I'd rather it be done. I don't know, maybe I'm a lazy artist. Okay, we are now to the end of the set. Overall, I feel like there's a really good rainbow of colors here. They're brighter and happier than I was kind of traditionally thinking they were going to be. They're not super primary. They're just enough that I feel like you're not going to have to add a ton to get them to my personal liking, if that makes sense. So next up, I thought it'd be kind of fun just to use what was left on my palette and kind of see how they blend. I feel like they blend really well and they go into each other, kind of like watercolors, but if I don't add water, they also sit well next to each other without blending. So that's super exciting. It doesn't run too much, and if you want it to run, you can add some water and create a really nice gradation. So really happy about that. It also looks like you can go on top of them really well with other colors, because that's one of the cool things about gouache that you can't necessarily always do with watercolor, is that you can actually like use them on top of each other and they work, which is really exciting, which is that benefit. Even like the white on top of the yellow, like it shows through. It picked up a little bit of yellow on the first two, but the last one it's like perfect white on top of the yellow, so I'm super excited about that. Overall, I'm really impressed with this set. I'm super excited to use them in my art journal and just in my sketchbooks in general, and kind of doing some mixed media art. As you guys know, I do a lot of art on my iPad, and I also want to have like an outlet that I can do it on paper. Like I said, I've been using some Arteza gouache paints and I really liked it, but I feel like this might be more convenient in the fact that I don't have to squirt out any paint and then feel like I'm wasting anything. It's already there, it's already wet, so I feel like it might be good for kind of like spur of the moment. I don't want to like get out all the supplies, but I can get this one thing out and have everything there that I need. So that's what I'm hoping to do with this set. If you guys are also interested in it, I will link it down below. And if you guys want to like see more videos with me using this paint to create pieces in my journal, let me know down below and I will definitely see about turning on the camera. This whole setup was different. I was filming in a different room than normal too, so let me know what you thought about that. It's not one that I can do audio in, so I have to add the audio afterwards, but I would still totally be up for that because this was a lot of fun. And like I said, the whole process of just setting up this paint was actually super fun and exciting, and I started out the day not feeling like super inspired to do any art, but after this I was like, I was excited, ready to go. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing this. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you want to see more things like this. And that is officially it. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye!